He didn't do it. There was no evidence, no motive. But still, John Smith was arrested for murder. Why? Because a corrupt detective needed a quick conviction. And John was convenient. This is the true story of how a police officer framed an innocent man and nearly got away with it. It was April 2003. A man named Eric Taylor was found dead in an alley in Newark, New Jersey. Shot twice in the chest, no witnesses, no fingerprints, no camera footage. The case went cold until Detective Ronald Vickers took over. Vickers had a reputation, not for solving crimes, but for closing cases fast. Sometimes too fast. Vickers needed someone to blame. And he found John Smith, 22 years old, no record, working 2 jobs. His only crime? He lived in the same apartment complex as the victim. Vickers told his team John had beef with Eric. No proof, just a rumor. Then he found a jailhouse informant, who would later admit. Detective Vickers promised me a deal if I said John confessed. There was no DNA, no gun, no eyewitnesses. Just one statement, made up in exchange for freedom. But it was enough. John was arrested, charged, and sent to trial. The trial was short. The prosecution leaned heavily on the informant's testimony. The defense pointed out the lack of physical evidence. But the jury believed the story because it came from a cop. John was convicted of murder and sentenced to life without parole. He was 23 years old. His family cried in the courtroom. His mother screamed, "You're sending the wrong man to prison." But no one listened. Years passed. John maintained his innocence from prison. He wrote letters, filed appeals. Nothing worked until 2017. A new district attorney launched an anti-corruption unit. And guess who came up in dozens of old case reviews? Detective Ronald Vickers. Multiple witnesses said he coached them. Others claimed he threatened them into lying. Some even accused him of planting evidence. And then, a smoking gun. An internal memo that showed Vickers knew John Smith had an alibi, but hid it from the court. In 2021, John's conviction was overturned. He walked out of prison at age 41 after spending 18 years behind bars. He never got to say goodbye to his father, who passed while John was inside. He missed birthdays, weddings, life. Detective Vickers? He resigned quietly. He was never criminally charged. But the city paid $12 million to settle John's wrongful conviction lawsuit. This is the story of one man. But how many others are sitting in prison right now? Because of corrupt cops, lazy investigations, and broken systems? If this made you angry, good. If it made you think, even better. Share this story. And subscribe for more real cases they tried to bury. Because justice delayed is still justice denied.